Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Grow and Clip Bonsai for Seniors. My name is Tom Novak, and today my neighbor's in need. He ordered a Bougainvillea in the mail, and as you can see, it's all damaged over here the way it was shipped. He didn't think it was going to live because this thing was super wet, so I let it dry out for about a week and just watered it as it became dry. So let's see if we can save it for him. Right now, today is Friday, July 23rd, 21. It's 79 degrees Fahrenheit, 26 degrees Celsius. The soil we're going to use is a well-draining soil mix because that's what Bougainvillea is like. We're going to use 1 part worm castings, 1 part peat moss, and 3 parts sifted perlite. So here's a pot I'm going to put it in. I know it's a little big, but that's the tray I got at the dollar store and put a little decal on there to dress it up. But right now, let's take it out and let's see what's going on here. I want that pot a little bit bigger because I want the roots to grow. I don't know what's in here. The night terror was around, but it seems like the unsifted perlite on there really did the trick. Now you can see there's hardly any roots growing on this, so this just must be a little cutting. So all I'm going to do is give it a deep watering to get some of this perlite off, just to give it a little bit because it must be just a little bit of a cutting. It's got some roots there, some soil falling off, and you can see it's still got the plug that they rooted the cutting in. So let's get it into our pot. I know it's a bigger pot, but we got to let these roots grow. There's some roots coming out, so that's good. So let's fill it up with our soil mix. Let me get a little organized here. Let's get this is our well-drained soil mix, if you can see it. And I'm just going to put it on the screen, put a little bit in, so we can get everything going here. And we're going to put it off to the side because it's tilting off to the side. Now, I'm going to just take a little more of this soil off so the roots got room to be exposed. Now I'm getting some roots in there, if you can see it. So I'm just going to put it a little bit over here towards the middle, offset it just a little bit, because we need the roots to grow. We still got a nice couple of months for this thing to take off. So I won't give it to him until I get it all growing. Once I get it growing, then I'll give it to him, and he'll be surprised because when it came in, it was dead looking. It didn't even have all these branches on it. It was real thin. I'm not going to try to take it out of the plug because I don't want to damage this in any way, because it's just a youngster. It's still a little baby. There we go. Get it into the soil. I'm not going to use a chopstick because I fluffed the roots out, so they're not afraid to be out of the soil. I'm going to just give it a little bit of water just to settle our soil in. That WD-40 really works to get this turntable moving. Okay, let's get some more in there. Now, how are we going to keep the night terror out? We're going to put some rocks in there. But I'll put it up high. I won't put it out tonight. Let's see if we can dress it up. No, that doesn't look too good. Here's a nice one. See, when you get rocks, sometimes they got a rough edge. So all you got to do, rub it against another rock, like that, and you'll take the sharp edges off. So we can put this one laying flat over here. Let's see if we can find a couple of more nice ones for him. We can throw this one in the back. And if I got another one right here. No, that's too small. So let's try this one. This should do it. Well, we gotta need more soil, Tom. More soil. So let's take our mix, put it in. We're gonna get it as high as we can so we can get these roots to grow, and that plug should dissolve. I mean, there's some plugs that don't, but that one looks like a plug that it will dissolve and it won't, and the roots will be able to push out. If not, then I'll have to cut it off on the next potting for him. So let's get this packed in a little bit, because we're going to need another rock in here. I got to dress this thing up a little bit. Give it some more water, water it in. But before we do that, I'm going to stick some Micos in there so we can water it into the roots. There we go. And then we got that stub where it broke off. So all I'm going to do is dip and clip. I'm just going to cut it at a 45 just above the top. So you can see it. I cut it right above there. There we go. And then all I'm going to do, I'm going to try the new lipstick. What do we got here? Midnight Blue. How does it look? Midnight Blue. So all I'm going to do is just cover that cutting, because it's a young plant and I don't want nothing to seep in or cause it to rot. And Midnight Blue looks like it did the trick, because you can hardly see where it's at. It blended right into the cut. So that's good, and it'll seal the wound real nice. Okay, so let's give it some more water. This way here we can get in that azoos into the soil real good. Our beneficial bacteria. There we go. Let's water it in. Let me take this, push that down into there. Now we got a nice big hole in that corner, so I'm just going to take a spoon, put some more soil in. Now don't be afraid when you got a cutting like that, if it comes in bad in the mail. You can save it, just be patient with it. What I did is I just left it outside, gave it like it's like a half sun, half shade situation. And it kept it dried out the plant real nice, and it started to grow again. Now I know because we're doing all this, it stopped the growing, but I couldn't leave it in that soil because it was still soaking wet. Even if I did a little bit, it was still real wet. But I think they kept it that way because they wanted to get their cuttings to grow. I don't know who they got it from or where he got it from, but hey, we'll save it for him. Now we need something here to dress it up. Maybe we can put a little bridge there. And we get another flat rock and put that around over here. Just like that. Put the good side there. And for the bridge, first let me water this. Get it good and wet. There we go. Now what we're going to do, so we can dress it up, we'll take some of our top dressing and just put it around here. So it almost looks like a dry riverbed coming through the bridge. There we go. And we'll just pull it out like this. Just to make it look like it was a small little lake or something that was in a drought and it dried up, and it'll probably fill up when it rains again. We never know. Just put it around there. Coming out this way. That's all you got to do, is just dress it up halfway decent until our roots can grow. Now we're going to take some of our rock and we got to put some around here to dress it up. I use the Peace River, and this will discourage, hopefully, any pests from digging. But you never know with the night terror. He even climbs the spots where I didn't think he would climb. But we're getting this in real nice. And don't be afraid. If something comes in bad, try to save it. I mean, I know they're going to refund his money on the one plant because he ordered 2 and 1 was completely shot. But this one here, I think I can save it for him. After at least a good week in the shade, then I'll put it in the sun, and once it starts growing better, I'll let him have his hand at it. He can try it again. So that's all you got to do. When you got a neighbor in need, you give him a little hand. There's no harm in that. There we go. Dress it up real nice. Got our little rocks in there. We got to get the edge here real good. Just like that. There we go. We got it. I think we got it. Now I got my tag, so he knows when it was done, so he can keep an eyeball on it. Wipe some of this off, and I will just give it a little bit more of a watering. And just save your old water bottles because they work. Just punch a couple of holes in it with an old ice pick, and it'll turn out good. There we go. Something easy. And there it is. So hopefully we got our fingers crossed it'll grow for him. I took my sign, I had a green paint marker put the name on there, and so he knows when it was potted. And we'll just stick it in the back all the way to the bottom as far as it goes in. So this way here it's out of sight. How's that? Okay, so thank you for coming to Grow and Clip Bonsai for Seniors. And what's today? Today is Friday night, and you know what that means. It's dance night. So husbands grab your wives, wives grab your husbands, grandma, grandpa grab each other, get into the kitchen, kick the table and chairs on the side, put on some old-time dance music, get the big bands going. Benny Goodman, Ozzie Nelson, he had a band back in the day. He was pretty good. I listened to him. And don't be afraid to try it out. I can't think of, my brain's dead today. I can't think of all the other bands, but there was a lot of good ones. And my favorite one was, I think it was Sing, 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 something like that. So Don't be afraid. Get the kids to bed. Dance a little bit. Sit down, relax. Get a hot cup of tea and enjoy each other's company while you're listening to some good old-time music. So you take care, everybody, and thank you for coming to Grown Clip Bonsai for Seniors.